Right then, guys, let's jump in, shall we? Right, just on the old multiverse chart at the minute, a couple of things I'm watching as we see a little bit of a change in the market again, and that's why we always obviously say stay dynamic, a little bit discretionary, a little bit dynamic, don't we? So yeah, welcome in, join the chat. What's up, Savaro? What's up, Dread? So yeah, just on the multiverse at the minute, we'll dive into BTC, obviously. A couple of alts doing their own thing, but we need to keep an eye on BTC, don't we? Obviously, since yesterday, a little bit of supply hitting the market. ETH hitting supply yesterday, really stretching out that supply zone. BTC, very similar, stretching out that supply zone and then coming back down now. Really nice to see this dynamic bid from Perp's market on BTC first thing this morning. But that's dissipated now. And the key levels, I think, yeah, so I was looking at this area, obviously, if you watched the video early. What's up, Doffy? What's up, Doffy? Doffy will be going 1000x long right now because I am on the live stream. He'll be front running. So yeah, was looking at this level initially first thing this morning. Can we still hold this zone? Go check out the video if you didn't see it earlier, or just check the trading view chart that I posted in the trader Discord. All right, so welcome in to the trader console. Grab a link from below for a free trial. What's up, swaps? So yeah, let's have a look at the data then. A few coins holding okay. I think yesterday was obviously a better day if anyone was trading derivatives. At the minute, little bit of a steady, quiet market. All right, so let's jump in. And I think that might be the case. Now it seemed like we got that volatility on Sunday, didn't we? Hope no one got chopped up in there. And then Mondays have been a good day to put in these kind of lows and highs. You know, the old classic Monday range, if anyone trades those. And then really Tuesdays, to be honest, Tuesdays have been a little bit boring unless we do want to go and actually just search this bid now, right here, right now. Doffy's short, so we're probably going to go and search this bid. Of course he is. So yeah, I mean, look, let's call it what it is. Your biggest level is now down here at that Monday low. Okay, so really nice and easy. Let's just have a look at where we've come from. Yeah. And where we're potentially going. Well, we're going to all-time highs soon enough, aren't we? So I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. I think Sailor was buying again yesterday, so we're probably gonna giga nuke, and that's why Doffy is probably short the market. Yeah, I think, you know, you're an absolute cat's cock hair off an all-time high. It'd be, if you look at a monthly chart and a quarterly chart, you know, real higher time frame, which I'm not going to go into now because it's boring as fuck. To be honest, yeah, it'd be rude not to. We're only up here, aren't we? We're only up here. Now, whether this level gets, defended or whether we just blast through it, remains to be seen. I'm not going to speculate on that, to be honest. You know, I'll just watch what happens. You know, do it a straight double top and just tickle the all-time high and then down? Probably not, to be honest. Right, so let's have a look at where we've come from and where we are going. So, Sunday night open. Okay, nice volatility. So we've got a big rise in open interest, which is my hammer alert there. No, I've not drawn that on. That's part of the alert system from the trader console. Go grab a link from below and find all the good stuff. So a big high rise in open interest will then drop down. And I was looking at just this region to hold on Sunday night. We did deviate down a little bit more and then we kicked back up. So that was nice to see. I was looking for a kick back up basically because we weren't in any aggregated supply there. It was just absolute Sunday fun day volatility, wasn't it? You know, it doesn't often give you trend continuation or anything if you get these shitty moves on a Sunday. So we got that kick back up, but then down again, put in this low on Monday, and here we are. So you've got your Monday high, your Monday low. Really nice zones to play. And actually, one thing to note is that last week, the Monday high and the Monday low from last week took all week to get punished. So it was only on this tick here that we actually took out last week's highs. So quite a slow market, to be honest. It has to be said, doesn't it? Okay, so look, let's call it what it is. This morning I woke up, things were looking quite dynamic. Here we are now. So we are hitting some supply. You've had some group spot supply. You've had some perp supply up here. You know, I think it was worth a cheeky short into that zone yesterday. Said to the lads, look, you know, but if you don't get any reaction down, just cut it, you know, get a good night's sleep, wake up tomorrow and we'll see what we get. Weekly open here, so nice classic level, holding the line. Weekly open, just holding the line there. And let's have a look at the bid ask, right? So nearest big order block right down here. Where's that coming in? At that Monday low. So that's going to be a nice area to have a look at if we can get down there, okay? One thing that has to be said is the change since this morning. So we had this nice dynamic bid step in this morning, and then this is why things are just changing very, very quickly. Let me just have a look at the chart. What's up, Mother's Milk? Book says short. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if things change. I mean, look, you've had BitMEX and Binance selling in here, right here, right now. You know, just literally over the last half an hour or so, and they've just stacked these offers above. So, you know, yeah, could we see a bit more downside? Go grab that Monday. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, certainly. And if you just have a look at CoinM as well, obviously we don't always trade just off CoinM. Again, they were really, really bid this morning, and then the cheeky fuckers just flipped bearish. So, look, I wouldn't, as always, I wouldn't chase price action down, but if you have, you know, captured any shorts from a little bit higher, you obviously want to see this for your day trades down. Yeah. So the rest of the exchanges really don't have much bid. You need to be concentrating on Binance Spot, Binance Perps. If anyone's wondering, I know I'm repeating this, but if anyone's wondering why we don't have the Bybit books, because Bybit don't provide us with the data. That is it, right? So if they don't provide us the data, we can't give it to you. Yeah, you just see in here. So yeah. Nearest block there. Let's have a quick look at some of the other exchanges, but I don't think they're going to be as important as Binance. That's all I'm going to say, okay? So here we go. So Coinbase Pro, yeah, again, they've got a little bit there at that 102 level. Kraken want a piece of the action at 100k. You can see that. Qcoin, not too interested here, and then obviously we're going to look at Perps. And yeah, Perps books have been a little bit messy. To be honest, a little bit messy. Just some bids coming in here on the Perps market. Let's see if we can get another little kick up into this US session. That'd be good. Because if anyone is wanting a short, and you haven't got one on, yeah, it pays to wait, especially in this first half an hour or so of the US session, doesn't it? You know, nothing to do with the ringing of the bell and the stock market opening, but we just get a little bit more of a volume kick in this session. Yeah, never chase these red candles down, because you can just see what happens now. It's probably just going to volley up in the next half an hour or so. So that is all the bid ask. There's not too much else to show you, to be honest. I think it could be a bit of a choppy day. Yesterday was a great day for day trade longs, I thought. You know, as price action came down, was saying in the morning, look, you don't want to be chasing shorts here. Have a look at altcoins if there's any you want to visit, and have a look for longs, you know. What's up, Rude Soup? So yeah, that is it really. Not much here. It won't just surprise me to just chop this area up a little bit, but here's your levels. Okay, so posted these earlier. Initially, we're here now, so we're at this 104.4, 104.5k level that I was initially looking at. So this is actually your weekly VWAP if you're a bit of a classic TA nerd. But the bid has dissipated a bit, so it wouldn't surprise me to bounce up here, right? But eventually this week, unless we get some really, really aggressive bids sat under price again, I think at some point, if you're looking for a good day trade, you know, trade to hold over the next week or so, you know, if you like me and you don't push buttons too many times, I would, again, this is the play that we did 2 weeks ago, and you know, you get these plays week in, week out, to be honest. I would look for these Monday lows to get taken with some demand on them. Yeah, I would have a look down here. So with that being said, let's have a look at volume. Okay, so yeah, okay, I mean, volume's coming up a little bit. I've got, over the last 24 hours, I don't think there's been much edge in the volume. We obviously got exhaustion into the weekend. You always get that, okay? We got the high open interest into those two thingies there. Those two highs there. There was no particularly bearish divergences. I think the time frame was a little bit quick. Maybe if I change the look back on here a little bit, because I do have it a little bit slow, don't I? As you all know. No, it was just messy price action, wasn't it? Just very, very messy price action. So, look, you know, and this is how trading should be. You look for certain confluences, and when you see those confluences, the action you take should be very, I don't want to say robotic, but it should be boring, right? It should be boring. So if we come down to the Monday lows, do we have volume divs? Do we have demand? And has this open interest come down a little bit? Very, very simple, very, very boring. And that's how it should be, all right? And that's all I would look for. If we get some demand down here, I think that's the best risk reward to kick us up and then to go and attack those all-time highs. But that can take time, you know, that can take time. It wouldn't surprise me to just float up a little bit today, come back down, you know. That's how Bitcoin is now. It is a little bit slow, isn't it? You know, you've all sold your coins to the bankers. Larry Fink, Michael Saylor, everyone, you've all sold your coins to the bankers, and it's trading like a tech stock. So you've got to appreciate, I think you need to press less buttons on Bitcoin unless you're a real lower time frame scalper. Just relax, get your levels, get ready. Go chill out, you know, go chill out. So that's BTC. Quick look at liquidity chart then, because I actually haven't even freaking, oh shit. I didn't want to see that. Yeah, we need a little bit of a flush, to be honest. Look, okay, 4-hour liquidity chart. If you're unfamiliar with this, I'm not going to deep dive into this. Go look at the playlists on the YouTube channel, free playlist on the YouTube channel. Yeah, we've got a little bit of froth in the market, to be honest. Now, you could say that when price actions venturing up to all-time highs, you are going to see this froth in the markets, perpetuals markets coming up. Spot market is pretty chilled, but your open interest, yes, we have it on an RSI metric, and it's very good. Open interest a little bit high as well, but again, I do expect open interest to be high when we're up here. But yeah, perps market over the last 24 hours, and bear in mind I've got this on a 4-hour chart, yeah, it was filling up a little bit, wasn't it? It was filling up a little bit. We could see that in the depths, you know, 5 to 10% away at the very least there. But yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to calm that down, but I don't think you're going to calm that down too much. Up here, right now, it'd be almost better to collect some bid, go and smash all-time highs, get everyone bullish, and drop it for the full summer so we can all chill out and relax. But we don't always get what we want, do we? We get what the market gives, and we can see how quickly things have changed. Like I mentioned first thing, you know, perps market very big this morning. Bear in mind it's obviously a European session. European session guys don't tend to throw in that much volume in the market to actually push the market one way or another. You can see from yesterday morning, this was your European session in here. US session, open, bang, up, yeah. So, you know, yeah, we'll see. So if we are going to come down a little bit, is there anything else that we can potentially look at, like we did yesterday? So ETH has been absolutely hitting a bit of supply. So yesterday when it hit this supply here, double spot ratios, diamonds, aggregated supply, I thought, right, here we go, let's short a bit of ETH. And to be honest, it's acting. Am I going to jinx it? By saying ETH has been quite strong at the minute? Is that a doomsday saying to say, you know? So it was certainly hitting supply. One thing to say is that if you were short in any of the assets yesterday for any little pullback, scalps, day trades, whatever, they've got to be quite light trades at the minute, I do believe, because we still are in a strong trending market. Anywhere you cut it, right? So unless you see very, very, very aggressive supply, open interest at all-time highs, funding rates at 0.2 or 0.02 or whatever on Bybit, because the degens are all getting bullish, then, you know, I would still look for dips to play the trend. But we'll see. We'll see. Fuck ETH. ETH equals stress. Yeah, I mean, it's not, you know, and as again, the order books on it are not very good at the minute. So look at this demand getting destroyed here. You come down, you wake, you're up. The order books sometimes are good on it, but actually it's been very, very messy. So that's ETH. The perps market's messy. I'm not even going to show you the perps market on it, to be honest, because it is messy. Yeah, I've got to agree with Doffy Dread there. It's not that nice to trade. So whatever your bias, I think there are better coins out there to trade. Soyboy Sol has been quite nice. The order books have been quite nice on Sol. Again, appreciate in this kind of volatility from Sunday. If you're hitting these kind of zones like this, just appreciate what Bitcoin's doing, all right? Don't really give a shit about your alt season, sir. I don't believe there will be another alt season like we've had in previous years. That's probably another subject for another live stream. Yeah, but Sol order books have been good, so you've got some day trade longs going on. I think that was difficult yesterday if you were trading long in there, but then obviously, if you know, you've got to appreciate again, you're hitting supply at the same time everything else is hitting supply. So just caution, you know, just caution. It's taken, you know, 12, 13 hours for us to actually come back down from these highs. But certainly don't get bullish when you are seeing these kind of supply zones. If you're of the frame of mind of, I'm just going to play the trend, when you see shit like this, just wait for those pullbacks to then reload and fire up. One coin that has been absolutely mint balls Gucci is Sue. I think the order books on Sue are absolutely brilliant. So this was yesterday, and we're coming down, filling all this demand. Now, a lot of this fill here is spot market. So again, appreciate that these spot market players might fill their bids, and they don't necessarily give a shit if market goes down another couple of percent, because they're just filling spot. They might be holding for months, weeks, even a year or so, you know. Dynamics perps traders will push the market up. But look at this, really, really nice books. You know, when you get clusters of orders like this, really, really nice. And then yesterday, so these are all spot bids here coming in, okay? But then yesterday, eventually, it was, if you see in here, when the perps market got involved as well on Sue. Really, really nice, really, really nice. And what was happening at the same time that Sue was catching that bid there, Bitcoin was catching a bid as well, wasn't it, as well, yesterday afternoon in the US session. So one thing I just wanted to say is that Sue actually really plays well and extends itself a lot better. So it's certainly one, I know it's a good network, good project anyway. I think it'll do well over the next year or so. But if you are just day trading, scalping, okay, you're obviously going to keep one eye on BTC. Have a look at Sue as well. You know, you could have had 8% trading yesterday, sir. Add your gunslinging leverage to that, and it's winner, winner, chicken dinner, isn't it? Okay. Why have I got Cardano up there? I don't want Cardano up there. DeFi, doing well. Aave is absolutely smashing the tits off the order books. Difficult to trade, I think, because again, the order books are messy, but DeFi has been doing good in general for the past couple of weeks. CRV getting attacked on the supply side a little bit now. Let's have a look at some other stuff. Doge, order books quite good, doesn't quite move as well as some of the other coins like Sue. Let's see what Pepe is doing. Is Pepe coming into its demand zone yet? No, not quite. Perps are very bullish. Yeah, on a messy overlay like this. So this is a messy overlay, full of bid. Everyone's bullish on Pepe, obviously, because the chart looks amazing on Pepe, high time frame chart. Wait until you get these absolutely ridiculous bids. So when it goes like red fire there, years ago, we used to call this a gold mine. Wait for that, wait for a top level, and just wait for your alert system. Again, wait for your alert system to just trigger you to look at the chart. Yeah, let me just show you this on a cleaner I'd have to adjust it, right? Forget that. I'll have to check the top levels anyway. But yeah, Pepe, really nice. I'd like to see some spot bid on it. I think that would be good. And then yeah, I think it's probably going to have a little bit of a higher time frame pullback. But if you look at some of the charts on like Pepe and some of the others, and Bonk, especially Bonk, higher time frame charts, they look so good, ridiculously bullish, to be honest. Not at tops, they just like they're having nice pullbacks and could do pretty well. Could I share my watch list? They're not shareable, I'm afraid. I've probably said it before, but in here, I just put what I'm watching at the time and stuff that I might want to keep an eye on longer time frame. So you can either have obviously all assets here. Yeah, and I don't think we even have a way of adding like all Binance or all market, like say if you wanted. But Bybit altcoins, there are some advantages of watching Bybit on altcoins sometimes, but yeah, unfortunately, my little watch list here, which is called Gucci bags for unknown reasons, is actually changes all the time. I have BTC, ETH, Sol, Su, DeFi up here, Rune, because I like Rune, but then these underneath will change all the time. I might get rid of them, I might move them down. It just changes all the time, you know. Right, let's have a look then. What else are we looking at? Drop in the chat. Thoughts on ETH? No one's got any thoughts on ETH. It's an absolute bag of shit, Rude Soup. You should know that by now. I take it from that Rude Soup is 1000x long on ETH right now. Thoughts on ETH? I don't even like the higher time frame chart. Right, I'm going to do this really, really quickly. Bear with me. Hold up. Wait a minute. Right, so 4 hour chart. I'm not going to go to a daily. 4 hour chart. Yeah, it kind of put in this bottom. I don't think you can call that an inverse head and shoulders, but it looked a little bit like that. It's just not doing much yet. If you're a trendline fanboy, you could do something like that, couldn't you? And say, I don't know, it's going to take a big effort to get back to this 2100 though, so I'm not even going to suggest that. I just don't like the chart at all. So, look, I hope ETH does well because the rest of the ecosystem should follow. So I really do. I hope ETH does well. But when I look at some other higher time frame charts, they just look miles better. You know, Sol, Su, higher time frame charts are just so much better. Even like the way they trend up, accumulate, you know, they'll take the lows, bounce up. They're just so much nicer, so much nicer. Yeah, and you know what as well on ETH, you can just going back to what I said just at the beginning on ETH when we looked at ETH quickly, you can tell when not many people, there probably is a lot of people trading ETH. Let me just go check the volume on it. Why is TRX doing big volume? I have to look at that. What are you up to, Justin? What are you up to? So look, XRP and TRX are doing bigger volume 24-hour delta at the minute than ETH. And for some reason, if you're a fan of it, might have to go and have a look. This is why the screener's good. I will get back onto ETH in a minute. Okay, this is why the screener is just fucking the best thing in the world ever. We've done a video on this. I've got a video on this. The guys have put out an amazing docs page on this as well, so go get involved in that. When you get free time, don't sit on your arsehole and look at porn or what Ferrari you're going to buy when Fartcoin goes to $100, right? Go on the Trader Docs page, right? Go on the Trader Docs page and fucking educate yourself. I'm please, right? The more you educate yourself, the more you can make dynamic, discretionary decisions with the order flow. Anyway, what was I on about? ETH. Yeah, so just looking at ETH, but actually, all I was going to say is the ETH order books are a bit shit. Sometimes when I look at order books and they're a bit shit, I think to myself, is it because there's uncertainty in the order flow? Are there not a lot of people trading it? You know, but So we will go and have a look at ETH in a second, but what I just want to bring your attention to on the screener is, okay, spot market down here. Pepe is always doing really, really good volume. Look, ETH is down in 24-hour volume delta. Now, that might be because it's just hit a load of supply yesterday, so a load of people have come out the market. Yeah, you could say that. But it shouldn't be, you know. It should be a really, really big active volume delta. And look, Justin's fucking shitcoin is second in our volume 24-hour delta on Binance, one of the biggest exchanges we've got. Interestingly enough, Lizard Coin XRP is right up there as well, so we might have to go and have a look at the Lizard coin, the Lizard Illuminati coin. PIF, interesting. Let's have a look at PIF then. Ooh, I do like it when coins have absolutely giga-nuked as well. What is the perps market like? A little bit messy. Anyway, so yeah, back to ETH quickly, just very, very quickly. Yeah, so order books are messy on it. So I don't really have too much edge in trading derivatives on ETH. I'd rather pick something like SU or SOL, like we said, okay? If you are going to trade it, make it light trades, because it's just messy. And the higher time frame chart is messy as well. So summary, I don't like to trade it particularly, although you will get some advantage. You know, you could have scalped this trade down yesterday and put your stop at break even. Summary, I hope it does well. I hope it all does well, apart from some other shit, because it's absolutely worthless, isn't it? But yeah, we'll see how ETH does. Remains to be seen, doesn't it? I'd like it to do well, because I think then NFTs and stuff will make a comeback as well. I'd love a replay of 2021. Mother's Milk, thoughts on Dash? I am glad you've brought that one up, because I kept it in my watch list for you. Was it you, Mother's Milk, or who were we looking at? Who were we looking at Dash for last week, right? Does anyone remember this? Large range value area low that we marked, okay? And then I set some alerts for Dash. Now, I'm not trading it because I'm not fucking mental. Are you fucking stupid, son? I'd rather go trade something else. But what I wanted to show you is we looked at Dash last week and we said, okay, this is going to be your value area, right? So on the live, we added in our alerts, okay? Spot double band alerts. So if you're a spot fan of Dinosaur Coin Dash, this is where you want to be doing business. And what are we getting? We're getting spot bids, yeah? So no, I'm not printing these little triangles on here myself. These are bid-ask ratios, pure raw data from the order book depth, yeah? And let me just go show you that higher time frame, because this is what we did last week. Okay, so last week we drew the range, yeah? It will have changed a little bit now. Okay, it will have changed a little bit now. So this was our, I think I drew another one, didn't I, from somewhere. I'm not going to bore everyone with this, to be honest, but I think I drew another one from a bit closer as well over here or something. Yeah, there you go. So this is our low range there, and obviously our trend line here. So you could still come back down into this range low and trend line. But what is interesting to see, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks into our zone getting spot bid. Very, very nice. So from last week, I just wanted to show you that. I don't know who it was that was looking at this one, to be honest, but it's just, I do like, you know, as much as, you know, I've got a lot of reliance on the order flow, you know, think to yourself, what actually moves price? Well, bid and ask does, you know, primarily market bid moves price, okay? Limit bids and orders move price when they are filled, if they're large enough, yeah? But market bid primarily. So we want to be looking at the order flow, but it's nice to see when we come into these zones, you know, you can pull your range from anywhere and you probably get a slightly different result here, but it's nice to see we come into these low zones and what are we getting? We're getting spot bid, yeah? So we didn't quite make it down. You know, come down, and then actually there you've got big depth coming in, and what we got in the books, like 2.53 million aggregated depth. Not bad for a dinosaur coin like this, to be honest. Pretty good. Savaro says, I'm a trendline fan of ETH BTC. Hold forever on the you fucker. Hold forever on the downside, yeah. Vitalik, if you are listening, sort your team out, sir. Right, that's Dash. I've got Bonk in my watch list because the high time frame chart is very good, but not much edge on it. Trading perpetuals and the derivatives is a little bit messy as well. DOT was great yesterday. Okay, top level fire and forget trade. If you were day trading or scalping, this is absolute fire and forget from DOT. Similar to Sue yesterday, I thought Sue was great at the lows as BTC was putting its lows in as well. Let's go through a couple of others, and then we can have a look at if anyone's got any requests. WIF has been finding a bit of supply. Perps market's messy on WIF. If WIF gets a bid again, it might be quite good. But to be honest, yeah, I don't know. I've got no edge in saying memes are going to continue or not. I've really got no edge in it. I don't really care either. I hope they do. I hope everyone does really well if you're trading memes or whatever. But I've got no edge in saying they continue. All I would say is the perps books will be messy on a lot of these lower liquidity coins. So if we do have a spot market, please just concentrate on that a little bit as well. Unless the perps market looks absolutely ridiculous, and I mean it just looks like an anomaly with big debt volume divs, then you can go for it, can't you? OM, yep, I keep eyeballing OM because it's just ridiculously low. And I think unless it's going to do a Luna and Giga Nuke, it's probably in some kind of value if you think where it came from at $7 or something like that. So we'll see what we get there. Yeah, we'll see what we get. Right, one eye on BTC. What's it doing? Not too much at the minute. PopCap, not going to look at that. That's a really messy chart. Sonic is holding very, very well. Keep an eye on it. Came down, filled a lot of this demand zone on spot, really holding well. Perps market messy again, big liquidity there, not even quite taking it yet, but yeah, I mean, even just on a 15-minute basis here, look, flat, really, really nice. I do like to see this when some coins or assets are kind of like rotating down. It's nice to see them just hold flat. So even if you get this kind of liquidity grab of those lows, those are the ones to take, aren't they? If you see the bid, ask on them. So keep an eye on that. High time frame chart on Sonic. Again, the 4-hour chart on Sonic, really, really good. Still in its range, not broken out like Sue or Sol or any of those. So, if this team is still, doing something, it's going to be worth a punt down here, whichever way you want to play it. STX. Stacks, yeah, not much edge on that. We'll go through a couple more and then I can have a look at Trump's moving. God, it's a vicious one, this, isn't it? I know some of the guys trade this one. You can, I would trade this probably lightly. Look, the sell side here, bid side there. You want to trade this lightly and be cautious because you get a good one there. But then it kind of gets that bid and then it gets pulled and then you nuke through that bid, then you hit that supply there. The only thing to say about when you get supply like that is, so you got the spot alt diamond alert there, sell side. Okay, so when you first got that, you might have been a little bit cautionary. What I would say is zoom in when you see that to like a 3-minute or a 1-minute. Okay, so you get it. You come down, you wick back up. I don't think you should have been stopped out on that wick. And then when you see, obviously I'm just on a 3-minute basis here, and then when you see these offers come in and start to attack price and say, right, well that's it. And what I call that is the like capping price, saying you ain't going any higher right now. Yeah, those trades can be very, very nice. What percentage are we moving? So say you execute in there. Yeah, and even if you take, 5%, all right, not mega amounts. We all know you can get more from meme coins and stuff, especially to the upside at the minute. But very, very nice, very, very nice. All right, let's have a look at a couple of other bits. What's blue chip uni doing? Nothing much. Oh, XRP lizard coin. Right, it's getting some bid then. So it's doing quite good. What am I on there? Let me get rid of that window. So. XRP doing good 24-hour volume on Binance, so that's quite nice to see. I do like to see and play the higher trading, higher volume coins. You know, if you're going to trade these low liquidity meme coins and altcoins, be prepared to get wicked out, sir. Right, what is Justin up to in the books then? Because he's doing big 24-hour volume. Yeah, I wouldn't. It's a bag of shit. This is like a stable coin, isn't it? Yeah, it's like an absolute stable coin. I don't think it's. I don't think that's right. Yeah, I mean these percentages aren't much if you look at where it's come from, where it's going. Yeah, I don't know why TRX is doing big volume. Maybe people, I mean, I know a lot of people still use TRX for transactions, don't they? So, you know, maybe something to do with that. But it is doing big volume. While we're in here then, let's have a look at the screen and see if anything else is going on. Pendle's up there as well. I do like Pendle. Let's have a look. Anything interesting going on? So, yeah, difficult one to trade, I would say, but a good project in general, so keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. Anything else doing good volume? Wild, that sometimes has a really nice order book, so, you know, whether you think it's an absolute shitcoin or not, it does now and again, not right now, unfortunately, have good order books. Sometimes find some edge in it, so it's just worth looking. It takes minutes, seconds to look through the screener now, you know, just pick out a few coins, you know, and you don't have to trade them, you know, you don't have to look at something at the top of the bid ask and say, right, I'm going to enter this. Just have a look at it. Audi has been well bid for about 12 hours, so let me have a look at it on spot. Yep, 90 ratio. So this is spot market, obviously a little bit messy, isn't it? But people are bidding it. People are bidding Audi. So if the spot market's a mess, go and have a look at Peps. What's Peps doing? Peps is a mess as well. So, you know, it's well bid, but if you're derivatives trading, not much edge in it. XTZ, really well bid. Don't know if that project's got much going on still. They used to sponsor the McLaren F1 team. I don't know if they do now. So yeah, let's have a look then. Bid side, anything special going on? Not too much really. So let's have a look at the offer side. Any real mega sells? I kind of know from eyeballing this that it's the usual suspects, and we've come down over the last 8 hours. Price has come down over the last 8 hours, so I'm not that fussed for chasing shorts at the minute. I would look at this for the sell side on Perps and spot if price was rising up, right? And I want to attack price. At the minute, price has been coming down for the last 8 hours, grinding down, so not too fussed. I'd rather look at the bid side like yesterday, but it could be a bit of a crap day. Let's have a look at Perps market then. So GRT quite bid. Moondeng is quite bid with some negative funding, and the open interest has come down. The trouble with some of these meme coins, from my point of view, is they're probably going to trade absolutely shocking now because, you know, obviously if you got in there, great. If you got in there, great. If you caught any of that move, tell your mum and dad you're a genius. Right here, right now, it's either going to auction a little bit and try and gather some momentum. You could even see it's like higher, low. Are we gunning for a higher low here? Maybe, but there's not much edge in it. Okay, you've missed the meat of the move. If you caught any of that and made some dollarinos, I would exit and leave it alone, to be honest, because they're just fucking shit, you know. I think some memes will survive. I think the majority of them, like 99.99% of these memes, are just not going to survive, you know. Who fucking wants this baby hippo in their phantom wallets on their central exchange for the next couple of years, you know? It's going to become a real liquidity battle with some of these guys and girls who are holding big bags, wanting out. Actually, of course they are. Of course they're going to want out. You think these fuckers are going to hold these coins for the next year or so? Of course they're not. They've just seen 80 to 90% drawdowns on the portfolio. Yeah? Right, what else are we looking at? Bonk. Rune, bid coming in. Open interest down. Negative funding. Nice to see it. Rune always does well. Not much edge in it now. I'd rather see a little bit more than that. Spot market tends to be good on it. Yeah, we'll see what we get. Right, let's go back to Let me just go back to BTC then and see what is going on. Right, so drop in the chat if there's anything I need to look at or anything I've missed. Not going to chase shorts here, as always. You know me. Price has been grinding down, so I'm just not that fussed. Little bit more bid coming in at 103, so that's nice to see. And what did we stop out at there? So 104.245, yeah? So that is your weekly VWAP. That's the level we looked at in the video earlier. It's the level that I posted in Discord, if anyone saw that. So I'm never going to short on this level as we come down. Never, never, never chase red candles, yeah? Watch for a reaction, sit on your hands, go get a cup of tea or a coffee and chill for that first half an hour of the US session. If we rise up, take some highs here, and price starts to attack, offers start to attack, then maybe you rotate down. Let's have a look at what Perps is doing. Yeah, Perps, tiny amount of bid there. How much is that player coming in at a 1.3? 2.1k. Yeah, not bad. Not bad for a Tuesday afternoon in the US market. Not bad at all. Yeah, I certainly want chase shorts at the minute. Yeah, just let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. Other markets coming in. No one else is really coming in yet, are they? On there. What are other coins doing? Not a lot to say. So alerts, BTC top levels coming in. So that is that top level alert. I can share this alert if anybody wants it. It's not actionable as in for trade entries. It's just telling me that this has popped in over the last half an hour or so. So I'll keep getting that alert. Nice to see it. You know, it's the kind of thing where these alerts just pop in your Telegram, pop in your Discord or whatever. Even to your email, you know. Even to your email. And oh, it's that one there. Sorry, it's a Perps one. And it just makes you look at the chart and have a look at what's going on. Right, big top levels coming in, sitting under price. Do I want to short into that player? No, I fucking don't. All right. So what other alt alerts have we got if price is going to hold? Maker, Fauci. Oh my God, look at that depth kick there. Yeah, a little bit messy. That's an absolute death cloud above. It's going to take a real big bid to push us up and crack that supply zone there. Look, it's 10 to 25% away, but it's an 85 ratio with big top level. So if you're a fan of Maker, yeah, I'll just be cautious with it. Where's that depth coming from? Don't know why that keeps resetting. Oh, wow, look at that. Fucking hell. Wow, that's an interesting algo, isn't it? Wow, okay. Hedgers unite. Someone's hedging. Someone's absolutely hedging their positions there, aren't they? Oh my God, what is going on there? That's messy. That's messy. That is what I would refine a knife fight in a telephone box. Don't get involved with that shit. I don't know which way that is going. Yeah, bonk getting some alerts. Yeah, not much else in there. So yeah, it could be a little bit of a steady day. To be honest, look, it's nice to see these bids come in. Nice to see these bids come in. That's my lower level. I think that offers the best risk reward on the Monday lows. If that could take hours, you know, it's just the way BTC is now, isn't it? Push less buttons on it. It's just a slow mover, isn't it, BTC at the minute? So look, I mean, overall aggregated depth has come off. You know, it's really come off. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Trump. Is Justin? Are you talking about Justin's son? Is he going to the Trump dinner? Let's have a quick look back at Screener. Anything else coming in? Anything else looking a little bit saucy? Yeah, it's Justin's son coming to the Trump dinner. Coming to the Trump dinner like I'm going. I ain't fucking going to that shit. I would do. ZRO, Cryptoscope. Yeah, of course. Let's have a look at ZRO, see what's going on. Okay, so we've got two markets. We've got Binance, Spot and Perps. Let's have a look at this then. Did I look at this the other week? So it's a bit of spot supply there, 2.8, coming into some spot demand now into this 2.55. Perps book is a little bit messy. Let's have a quick butchers at a high time frame chart. Yeah, it's quite a nice. Oh, that's quite a nice range, isn't it? A little bit like Layer Zero. Is this a bit of a dinosaur coin? Has it been around for a while? Because it looks a little bit like a few of the dinosaur coins. Yeah. Let me pull a range from there. Okay, yeah, so your value area low is the same. I can copy this and drop it in the chat if you want it. Yeah, so value area 2.39, and that is where we're seeing the depth of book come in. Okay, so very, very easy way to read this. Yeah, so that's your range. Okay, so it's a really nice chart, this, to be honest. Resistance, resistance, swing failure, resistance, down, down, down. Value, value, resistance, value, resistance, resistance. The next time this revisits resistance, whenever that may be, there's a good chance it's absolutely just going to crack it. Yeah. So look, what we're seeing here is our value zone is 2.39 or down there. Okay. What distance is that away? It is 7% away, right? But it won't surprise me if the point of control there at 2.55 holds. Yeah. But what are we seeing? 7% to 8% away. Bid. Yeah. So 2.5 to 5. 88 ratio, okay, and up to 10%. And actually, the ZRO BTC chart is quite big as well, okay, for whatever reason. I always have a, it's always nice to just have a look at the BTC chart. So, if I leave those on, this is what we did on Dash the other day, okay, if I leave that line on, that's value. Yeah, that's value. Then we'll go to a 15-minute chart and go back to the bid ask. Okay, so it's a little bit further down. It's a little bit further down, but your point of control was just sat under price here as well, wasn't it? So I'm not saying you're going to whack 7% down there, right here, right now. But yeah, just fill this demand zone. It could be quite good. Quite low volume on it, not much in the books. A lot of these coins, are doing low volume, aren't they, to be honest? Is it not a dinosaur coin? Sorry, am I... Yeah, Cryptoscope. Yeah, you let us know, sir or madam. I'll be honest. I'm a humble trader. I don't know the ins and outs of every coin out there. I will make no bones about that. You guys will know a lot more about some of these coins than what I do. But all I would say is that it's a nice chart. Higher time frame. That range looks really, really nice. 780. Oh wow, yeah, nice. Ah, is it? Really? Might have to have a look at it. Yeah, look, all I would say is that chart is absolutely beaut. Right, that is, if you're looking for something that hasn't moved yet, yeah, that's it. That is it. You could even just do that, couldn't you? Put that there, yeah? You could even do that and go, bids into that 2.5 level or below. Anywhere down here is value. Right, anywhere down there is value. Look at it. So for spot trades, you're looking at value, aren't you, down here? If you haven't already got it. Derivatives trades, if you're looking for a high time frame swing, yeah, just not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But really good chart. Really, this is mint balls, absolute mint balls chart. Compare that to some of the other high time frame charts that have already busted a nut. They've absolutely already busted a nut. They don't even accumulate like that. So it's in a real good accumulation. Sue that we're looking at was just down. Buyers just got uber excited down here, uponly.com. Yeah. That ZRO chart, yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. I'm going to have to add it to the watch list. Let me add it in. Yeah, I mean, look, if the market gets hot right now, people are bidding this on spot right now, ZRO. For me, like I did on Dash the other week, just add yourself some alerts in, and the best alerts on this one, because we looked at perps, it was a bit messy, wasn't it? So look, yeah, you could add in an alt diamond. You could add in an alt diamond if you wanted to, if you're going to trade it on derivatives. But spot alt double bands here. Spot alt double bands. Let's add that in. Let's add that in. What am I taking out there? I'm going to take Adder out. Ziara USDT. Let's add that in. Nick can't spell. Ziara. Add it in. Yeah, nice chart. Very nice chart. Right then, Bitcoin going up, is it? Nice to see it. You love to see it. Yeah, Bitcoin going up. Not bad. Don't chase shorts into this first half hour of the US session, especially when you've ground down. Keep your top level alerts on, because you never know when some little Chad is going to just drop a top level in on Perps market like they have, and just support price, even if that holds price for the next hour, 2 hours, you know. Load of offers on here on Perps. I'm always of the opinion, when I see these kind of offers or bids on Perps, let's go fill them. Okay, the only time you won't get mega fills on these kind of offers or bids is when it's really super aggressive, as in, you know, the overlays just turn absolutely golden and orange, and then yeah, it really is just uponly.com when you get those kind of situations. And believe me, I'll be screaming about it on Twitter, and in the trader discords and telegrams if and when we hit those kind of ratios to the sell side as well, you know. What's up, Alexei? How are you doing? Yeah, so let's chill for what time is it? I've been chatting shit for 40 minutes. Yeah, jump in the chat, let me know if there's anything you need to look at. I won't going to dive into TradingView today. I think we all know where we are. I think it's a case of having a look at the bid ask now. We know the levels, okay? We know the levels. We know we're getting bid on these levels to defend price. And one thing I have to say as well is that, you know, that's nice to see. That's nice to see. You're an absolute tickle away from all-time highs, and you've still got people spot bidding at 100k. Right, that was selling 100k a while ago, and you know, not the same entity obviously. So it's really nice to see it, you know. When the bear market hits, if we get a bear market again, which I hope we do, because it's very good to trade both ways, you won't be seeing any of that. Last time we were at 110, and if Doff is still in, I know that he was short in 110, absolutely aggressively, well done, as I was on the live stream and didn't get a fill. So look, when you hit major supply and price comes back down, you ain't gonna see this spot bid come in. It will just be game over for a certain amount of time. All right, so this is nice to see. Yeah, so if you're day trading, derivatives, scalping, quick in and out, obviously, until you get the best risk rewards in these zones. I just can't, higher time frame, I can't get bearish right here, right now. All on-chain data is still chilled and has been for a while. The higher time frame charts on Bitcoin have looked good for a long time anyway. I've just seen that Nick shilling Pepe. Yeah, the higher time frame charts have looked good for a long time anyway, even despite that big, you know, pullback the other month. It's natural market structure, isn't it? I know everyone wets the bed over it, but it's part and parcel of what we get. You know, from the impatient passing hands down and Bitcoins down to the patient, you know, it's just what we get. But should we summarize for today quickly? I don't want to bore everyone. I'll let everyone get on with their day. I'll keep everyone updated in the Discord and Telegram or on Twitter or whatever as well, the trader Discord and everything. Get involved in there. A lot of members in there now, not a lot of new members, so I hope everyone's getting a lot out of it. You should be. If you've got any questions on the console, just drop in those chats. So yeah, summary. Not chasing shorts right now. Don't really fancy it unless we get a big fill on these guys here. So it might be a case, if you're day trading scalping, we might get some shorts again here, then take us down to back down here to 102ish. Yeah, so that'd be a nice little day trade, wouldn't it? You know, maybe around that weekly open, that'd be nice. Even if we just take these highs from the Euro and maybe the Asian session back here, you know, if in doubt, just look left. So maybe we just take a few more highs here. Perps, not too interested here. It looks like we're just floating up to fill some offers, to be honest. You've got a locally 1 to 2.5. Perps ratios 23, negative 23, 21, negative 20. BitMEX and Bitfinex doing some selling, and we know that CoinM negative 45 ratio doing some selling here. So I don't think price, you're not going for an all-time high today. All right, we might have to fact check that next live, but these ratios are not suggestive of a blast up to all-time highs here. So I think Doffy's got the right idea. Okay, and looking for a little short down, little day trade short down here. I know that's what he'll be doing. You know, not swing trade stuff, looking for a little short down. But let these offers fill, right? Let's see if we can fill some of these offers. You know, and again, appreciate that the bigger depths, okay, the bigger depths, 2.5 to 25% away. So I don't give a shit about 25% away from price, because that could take forever to get there. But what you have to appreciate is when you get these bigger depths in control of price, it's generally indicative of a higher time frame trend. Yeah, so just appreciate that. But yeah, CoinM, you know, they're doing some selling, but look at that yesterday, yeah? So they looked like they got really aggressive yesterday, and what did we do? We went and filled it all. We got to the very top levels there, of the top levels, and then back down. Very dynamic market from them at the minute. Max, sorry I'm late. So you should be. Fucking hell, where you been? I'm about to summarise. Don't give a fook. You sound like, what's his name? Gunter, is it Gunter Stein, the old Haas F1 boss? That's how he pronounces fuck. Fook. Can't remember if I made this live stream friendly for kids or not. I don't think I did. I never make anything friendly for kids, because I swear like a docker. Well, if you don't know what that is, it's an old school fisherman. Right, so BTC, yeah, let's see what we get. Look, I think it could be a little bit of a slow day. Yesterday was a great day. It seems to be that the Sunday night open and Mondays are really, really good. And then Tuesday might not offer much. I think within the next 48 hours, you know, you're going to get a better risk-reward trade than right here, right now. This is, if you're unfamiliar, what I call crab zone. Okay, that is absolute crab zone. We don't do business in crab zones. We do business on the outside of crab zones. Yeah, we do business there and we do business there, as always, but you have to repeat it. And like I said first thing earlier on, you know, sometimes when you've got your, what am I doing here? I don't have a clue how to work this trading view. You know, sometimes trading should be very, very boring, you know, boring. If we go here, I'm going to action a trade. If we go here, I'm going to action a trade. If we sit in the middle here for the next 12 hours, I ain't doing anything, you know. People can chase price down here. You know, you could say, yeah, okay, I'm going to short here. But yeah, just keep it tight. Just bear in mind that you do have certain people coming in with a little bit of bid now and again, like we saw on the top level alerts, popping price up. So just keep an eye on that. All right, guys. So look, the notorious current. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nice one. Right, so that's summary then, guys. Best risk reward is down here at the Monday low. I think we need to go and get a little bit more bid before we attack all-time highs, whenever that comes, you know, in the coming week or so. Negative ratios on perps. Don't be surprised if we don't get down there sooner or later. But yeah, just be cautious on shorts, yeah? Because if you are going to short, just bear in mind that there's a load of people here waiting to get a fill. Yeah, so best risk reward is a little bit higher up there. All right, guys. So if there's anything I've forgotten, or if you've got any questions that you haven't dropped in this chat, just go drop them in the Discord chat, and we'll see you there. All right, guys. I'll timestamp this and review it back. Show your mum and dad. Share the alpha. Cheers, guys.